Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the commencement exercises of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law. Our program begins with the invocation delivered by the Reverend Joyce Brandon Duger from the university's, you have a minute, from the university's Board of Chaplains, which will be followed by the national anthem sung by Alex Lavoie of the class of 2016, which in turn will be followed by the Hofstra alma mater. This May's commencements mark the world premiere of the new Hofstra alma mater. This alma mater, Blue and Gold, was written by Robbie Rosen, a Hofstra junior, who also will be singing the alma mater at tonight's commencement. Blue and Gold was chosen after a university-wide competition with many excellent entries. Blue and Gold captures the spirit of Hofstra University. Please stand for the invocation, the national anthem, and the alma mater.
Good evening, let us pray. Dear God, thank you for this glorious day. We've made it. We salute the class of 2015 as they start a new journey. May you be with them in all that they do. We congratulate their parents, their families, and all those that have been with them through this journey. They're starting a new road. Be with them. Give them peace, joy, money, and success. In this name we pray, amen.
Are filled with wonder and hearts are full of pride. There stands our alma mater, so radiant a shine, nurturing thy scholars like parents raise their young. Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown. Oh, hail the blue and gold. Unrivaled motivation, invaluable and true, selfless with thy knowledge and vision to pursue. Through all the lands we journey, thou shalt remain our home. Dear Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown. Oh, hail the blue and gold. Thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations.
Please be seated. I have the pleasure of making two very, very special introductions. Trustee and former chair of the Board of Trustee and law school class of 1981, Janice Meyer. And the one person on our campus who needs no introduction, the president of Hofstra University, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
Thank you. Member of the Board of Trustees, faculty, very distinguished guests, but far most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2015. And all of their proud parents and all of their proud relatives and friends, welcome to this commencement ceremony. Now, I know you don't know this class of 2015, but we have a lot in common, you and I. You are the 43rd class ever to graduate from our law school. And this is my 43rd year, not as president, but my 43rd year at Hofstra University. First as a member of the law school faculty, then as dean of the law school, and now as president of this university. So when I realized that, given my legal training, it raised a question in my mind. And that question is, why at my age am I standing behind the podium instead of lounging on a lanai in South Florida? It's a question my wonderful wife, Nancy, often poses to me. Let me answer that. Let me give the answer to you and to Nancy. I am proud to say that I have attended each and every law school commencement ceremony in its history. And every year, I am reminded of how privileged I am to have the unique opportunity to witness virtually every graduate of our law school walk across the stage and receive their well-earned degrees. It is a privilege for me, and I intend to continue it, to exercise it for some time. My attendance at all these ceremonies will redound to your benefit, because it has convinced me that commencements are not solemn academic rituals. Commencements really have only one purpose, which is to celebrate. Celebrate the accomplishments and the hard work of you, our graduates, and the sacrifices that have been made on their behalf by family and friends. If there ever was a top 10 list, I know he's retiring, David Letterman, but if there was ever a top 10 list of the very most forgettable human utterances, commencement speeches would be at the top of the list. Perhaps they would be tied in the transient impact on your minds by your law school lectures on future interests and the rule against perpetuities. But that's it. Those two are at the top. So I won't belabor my commencement speech. I will give you my most important message and give it to you quickly, which is that you have earned our congratulations and our admiration. You have worked very hard. You have learned very well, and you are clearly ready to make your mark on the world. Each of you I know has successfully completed a rigorous and demanding curriculum which emphasized the acquisition of the fundamental skills of lawyering. I am absolutely confident that you have received a top-tier legal education taught by a world-class faculty. And I know that because any of your faculty over the age of 50, I probably hired. And I know that they are implementing a new and cutting-edge curriculum. I am absolutely confident because of that you are ready to join an incredibly illustrious group of our law school graduates who have achieved remarkable success in every sector of the legal profession. A good example is tonight's commencement speaker, Justice Sally Manzanet Daniels. As a result of your studies, you now have the opportunity to take your own place in a wonderful profession, a profession that allows you to spend your careers helping people navigate through a complex and often intimidating legal system. And it is also a profession in which you will have the privilege, but also the primary responsibility, in my view, for making our legal system live up to its promises of equal justice for all. Your confidence in your future success should not be diminished by the fact that you are entering a difficult job market. We all know that. We all know that it's not fun, and we all wish it were otherwise. But I urge you to view the current situation with a long-term perspective. Today's difficulties will not derail your path to a successful and fulfilling career. The economy and the job market have already improved, and they will get even better. They always have, and they always will. And your training in legal analysis and critical thinking, in oral and written communication skills, and in problem solving, these things are unique assets, and they will allow you to adapt to and flourish in whatever fields you might pursue now and in the future. So indeed, you have chosen your profession well. My only remaining task is my most pleasurable one, and that is to wish each and every one of you well. First, I wish you will pass the bar exam on your very first try. Do not get up from the desk, study New York law till you literally cannot stay awake anymore. More generally, I wish that you will attain all the success in your life that you think you need, and all that your work and ability earn for you. I wish that you will have the perspective to forgive yourself and learn from your mistakes, because mistakes are inevitable. I wish that you will have the tenacity and the courage and really the very good luck to one day find a life's work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for something which neither challenges nor fulfills you. It doesn't have to be your first job, or your second job, or your third job, but keep looking for it. I wish you the experience. I wish you would experience the very special sense of self-worth that comes from using at least some of your many talents and resources to help those who are in need. And lastly, I wish you the wisdom not to forego the love of family and the love of friends in the relentless pursuit of professional success. The class of 2015 law school leaves here with our admiration and our affection. We hope that you will maintain your ties to your classmates and to your alma mater. From this day forward, you carry Hofstra on your backs. From this day forward, your accomplishments will always be the most important driver of the reputation of the value of a Hofstra education. And know that whenever you want to come back, you will always be welcomed as a valued member of the university community. On behalf of the faculty, the administration, and the staff, I extend to each and every one of you our heartiest congratulations and our warmest wishes for your success and for your happiness. Thank you. Before we bring forward tonight's commencement speaker for a degree, I just want to make a special note of something that we did yesterday morning. We gave an honorary degree to the provost and senior vice president for academic matters at the university. Dr. Herman Berliner has served for 25 years as the university's chief academic officer. He has served at Hofstra in total for 45 years. Hofstra, by the way, is only 80 years old. He has been a voice for academic excellence and integrity, and he has decided he needs to step down from administration, return to the right side, the pure side of the faculty, and write books. Of course, I had to ask him to delay that for a year because I need temporarily a new dean of the business school. So he's stepping down as provost, but for a year he'll be dean of the business school, and finally get to write those books. But I think we all, graduates in 2015 and graduates 45 years ago, owe a great debt of gratitude. I'd like us all to give a big hand to Dr. Herman Berliner. And yes, he's older than me. It's now my pleasure to ask that Trustee Janice Meyer, who was my student in law school, one of my very best, come forward with her candidate for an honorary degree, Sally Manzanet Daniels.
Thank you, President Rabinowitz. And President Rabinowitz is older than me, but, and I am older than our honorary degree recipient. It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight to introduce this candidate because it's a woman and because she's a Hofstra alum. Sally Manzanet Daniels is an Associate Justice of the New York State Supreme Court Appellate Division and a 1988 graduate of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law. While still a student, she founded the Latino Law Students Association, a professional network for the Latino community. As an alumna, Justice Manzanet Daniels co-founded and served as the first chair of that group's Alumni Scholarship Fund, which raises thousands of dollars annually for aspiring Latino law students. Following her graduation from Hofstra, Justice Manzanet Daniels began her career as a criminal defense lawyer at the Legal Aid Society in the Bronx. She then served as a principal law clerk for 3 years for Justice Frank Torres in the Bronx Supreme Court Criminal Division, and then to Justice Luis A. Gonzalez, administrative judge for the 12th Judicial District. She was elected judge of the Civil Court of the City of New York, Bronx County in November 1999. And then 2 years later, at the age of blank, I won't say it, she became the youngest justice of her Hispanic heritage to be elected to the New York State Supreme Court. In October 2009, Governor David Paterson, who was also a Hofstra Law School alum, appointed Justice Manzanet Daniels to the New York Supreme Court Appellate Division First Department, making her the first Latino justice in the history of New York State to serve on this court. So, Mr. President, in recognition of Justice Sally Manzanet Daniels' groundbreaking achievements and contributions to the legal profession, it is my honor to present her to you as the candidate for Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
For all of your distinguished accomplishments in the legal profession, your dedication to public service, and your continuing support to Hofstra University as an alumna of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law, I am thrilled to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for that warm and generous introduction. I want to thank our Hofstra University President, Stuart Rabinowitz, who was the dean at the law school during my tenure, our current and illustrious dean of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law, Eric Lane, the Board of Trustees and the law school faculty for their invitation and honor to serve as this year's keynote speaker at the commencement ceremony for the class of 2015. To the honored guests, family, and friends, and of course, the graduates of the class of 2015, I say congratulations. Let's give them the well-deserved hand. Together, you have reached an incredible milestone in your lives, and you should fully rejoice in this moment. Many sacrifices have been made, countless hours of sleep lost, and let's not even talk about the debt incurred, for today is a great day. So I urge you to take pause, be still, revel in this moment. After all, you've earned it. I pondered for some time what message I wanted to impart to you on this day, what lessons or pearls of wisdom I could share that would be meaningful and provide food for thought as you embark on the next stage of your lives. I remember like it was yesterday, sitting out there and excited and full of hope. Today, that hope is renewed. It is renewed because I have great faith in you and your generation and the generation that follows. I have hope that through our youth, our nation will again enter a renewed era of American dynamism, innovation, and excellence. To achieve this new era, however, our country must fully and truly embrace the concept of diversity. The term diversity has become a loaded word in our American lexicon and national discourse. It should not be, and it must not be if we are to remain relevant. I agree with the sentiment expressed by Melissa Etheridge, songwriter and social activist, who said, "I feel my heart break to see a nation ripped apart by its own greatest strength, its diversity." Over the last century, great thinkers and leaders of our global society have contemplated the true meaning and objective of diversity. It is not a new construct, as some might claim, for the purpose of pushing forth that other loaded word, affirmative action. The two are not synonymous. Ironically, and quite simply, fully embracing the former eliminates the need for the latter. President John F. Kennedy, in addressing this issue, once said, "The wave of the future is not the conquest of the world by a single dogmatic creed, but the liberation of the diverse energies of free nations and free men." As a native New Yorker, I remember a time when with great pride our city proclaimed itself the melting pot of the world. I prefer, however, to view it as President Jimmy Carter did when he noted, "We have become not a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic." Different people, different beliefs, different yearnings, different hopes, different dreams. The image of a mosaic is, I believe, more fitting, as it connotes a coming together of different pieces without forfeiting the individuality of each unique contribution. Rather than the melting pot concept, which seems to create this false narrative that merely by living together, we automatically become one. The innate sense that our uniqueness is a quality to be preserved has been espoused since the founding of our nation. Even an infamous New York City gangster from the late 1800s, James T. Ellison, appreciated this truth when he remarked, "The real death of America will come when everyone is alike." So you see, there is no debate. Diversity enriches our society. Diversity challenges our assumptions. We benefit from each other's perspectives, talent, gifts, and contributions. To stifle that is a travesty upon the global village. Franklin Thomas, former president and CEO of the Ford Foundation, was quoted as having said, "One day our descendants will think it incredible that we paid so much attention to things like the amount of melanin in our skin, or the shape of our eyes, or our gender, instead of the unique identities of each of us as complete human beings. After all, is not every individual entitled to his or her own identity and to have that embraced and respected? There was a time in this country, less so now, where the prevalent tenor of the dialogue spoke of tolerance. I think Jerome Nathanson, former chairman of the New York Society for Ethical Culture, captured it best when he said, "The price of the democratic way of life is a growing appreciation of people's differences, not merely as tolerable, but as the essence of a rich and rewarding human experience. So let me be clear. We, your fellow citizens of color, do not want to be tolerated. We want what every American wants, that which is guaranteed by our Declaration of Independence: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Rights which our nation's forefathers considered inalienable to each of us. We must fulfill that great American ideal." Countless authors, motivational speakers, and activists from every corner of the world have weighed in on this global conversation. For too long, the focus on the issue of diversity has been on how we differ, instead of embracing one another's uniqueness. There is a consensus that embracing diversity is a vital key if we as members of the human race are ever to achieve global peace. A Vietnamese Buddhist monk, Thich Nhat Hanh, observed, "No single tradition monopolizes the truth. We must glean the best values of all traditions and work together to remove the tensions between traditions in order to give peace a chance." Decades ago, our own renowned anthropologist Margaret Mead opined, "If we are to achieve a richer culture, rich in contrasting values, we must recognize the whole gamut of human potentialities and so weave a less arbitrary social fabric, one in which each diverse human gift will find a fitting place." Indeed, W.H. Auden, one of the greatest Anglo-American writers of the 20th century, suggested, "Civilizations should be measured by the degree of diversity attained and the degree of unity retained." I'm going to say that again. Civilizations should be measured by the degree of diversity attained and the degree of unity retained. If that is the test, then I am afraid we as a nation are failing greatly. There is an equally important incentive to embrace diversity, however. Without it, you see, your potential for success is limited, as today we exist in a true global society. And while I am certain that America will continue to be amongst the world's great powers, there can be no question that long gone are the days when we occupy that place in solitude. It is a platform we now share with other nations. Hence, success in a global society requires a diverse perspective. And quite frankly, anyone who does not see that simply isn't looking. Accordingly, it is vital that you expose yourselves as broadly as you can to this great diverse world. But please, don't limit that travel to just those usual trendy global hotspots like Europe, Mexico, and the Caribbean. All wonderful destinations, but the idea is to broaden your horizons into cultures and traditions with which you have little familiarity. Mark Twain captured it best when he said, "Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness." I can personally attest to the inner growth one experiences when you immerse yourself in another culture. I have learned more about myself, my place in this world vis-a-vis the global village, and have been filled with a deep appreciation that I was blessed enough to have been born in this incredible country. It's not perfect, but there's no place that's comparable. So explore Asia, Africa, South America, and although travel to the Middle East right now is challenging, these too are all examples of cultures we need to experience if we are to truly engage in this global society. I have observed this personally in my travels with my husband on business. As a former CBS foreign correspondent and now as an investment banker, he knows that you must understand the history, cultural traditions, and custom of the people with whom you are attempting to do business. So before his flight ever touches down at a new country, he has digested hundreds of pages of historical facts and has read at least 2 books that are classics in that region. After all, as Americans, we tend to see ourselves as the center of the universe and assume that everyone does things the way that we do. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. So for instance, unlike our American counterparts, where business people prefer to get straight to business and do it immediately, the opposite is true in Asia and the Middle East. In those parts of the world, they want to get to know you first, feel you out. They see it as rude to attempt immediate discussion. Best advice there is be patient and wait for your counterpart to begin the dance of negotiations. And never, ever decline a cup of tea. Their thinking is, you can't drink my tea, you can't have my business. So a word to the wise, understand the globe you are in if you are about to do business outside of America. Now, I began these remarks by saying that through the young people of our nation, I have great hope for a society that truly embraces diversity and not simply pay lip service to it. It is vitally important that every member of our American society feel fully vested in the fabric of this nation. So to that end, I want to share with all of you the 3 personal laws that guide me. My personal 3 commandments, if you will, shared with me by the first Latina former U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Antonia Novello. And she said, first, thou shalt not be a victim. Second, thou shalt not be a perpetrator. And equally as important, number 3, thou shalt not be a bystander. Adherence to these 3 basic life tenets will go a long way in securing a kinder, gentler nation. Mahana Safkami, the former Minister of Women's Affairs in Iran's pre-revolution government, declared, we have the ability to achieve, if we master the necessary goodwill, a common global society with a shared culture of peace that is nourished by the ethnic, national, and local diversities that enrich our lives. So graduates, we are counting on you. Remember always that you are indeed now part of a noble profession. Lawyers, throughout our nation's history have been at the helm of every new industry, represent us in all aspects of government, and were crucial to every social movement in this country. Hence, it matters not how you ultimately choose to use this law degree you've earned, so long as you use it to make a contribution for good in your corner of the world. As Mahatma Gandhi proclaimed, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. Congratulations, good luck, and Godspeed to you on the bar exam.
My name is Eric Lane, and I am the Dean of Hofstra Law School, and I welcome you all here tonight. And I particularly love this class because it was the first class that entered the school in my first year of it being the Dean, or acting Dean and then Dean. So you're a special class for me forever. I'm going to offer a couple remarks to you in a couple minutes. I'm going to probably break all of President Rabinowicz's rules, but we'll see. But first, I have the pleasure and honor of introducing to everyone and this year's Teacher of the Year, Professor Kevin McElroy. This is, as you all know, a very important award that expresses the law school's long historic commitment to excellence in teaching as the most important marker of faculty success. So where is Kevin? Stand up. I know, we honor you again. Okay.
I know, I didn't come up too soon.
Okay. No, that was good. Perfectly timed, but you have to get your plaque.
Thank you.
And we have to get your picture right there. All right. Okay. Wait a minute, wait. How could you forget?
First broken rule.
I don't know what happened there. Okay. President Rabinowitz who's been my colleague, my dean, and now my president, has been correcting me for years, and he continues to do it even tonight. So our heartiest welcome to all of you, the family and friends of our graduates, and a rousing congratulations and tip of the hat to all of our graduates who have worked so hard for this moment. So I'm going to take another moment to applaud all of you. And among these graduates are several whose parents or relatives are alums. It is gratifying, really gratifying, to know that their experience was so positive that they encouraged their family members to attend. And I hope all of you will do the same thing when your children, friends, nieces, whatever, are ready. And I know in the audience there's one person that we're particularly focused on tonight, whose father and brother went here, and we're hoping that she comes as well. And always, as always, my deepest thanks to all of our administrators, staff, and faculty who labor so hard and so wisely to make Hofstra Law School the wonderful place that it is. I thank all of them as always. And I offer a special thanks, as always, to Associate Dean Lisa Montecchiola and her staff for their extraordinary work in making graduation the wonderful event it is and it should be. You don't have to wait for me. To our alum and my friend, Judge Sally Manzanin-Daniels, I am honored that you accepted my invitation to be our graduate speaker and appreciate greatly the extraordinary and important remarks that you gave. I think that your vision is a vision that we at Hofstra Law School and at Hofstra University have adopted and worked very hard to accomplish the same goals that you speak of. And thank you so much for making the speech. And now to you, our students, although in minutes you too will be our alumni, but not yet. Even as David Ackerman said this afternoon, he was already a lawyer. He's not. You are, as you know, our 43rd graduating class. You know that hopefully because you know it, and you know it because President Rabinowitz told you. And I have watched all but the first 4 of those classes graduate. President Rabinowitz has watched all of them, as he so fondly told you. But as he finally reminds everyone, he is still younger than me and younger than Herman. In other words, though, 43 years, I've been here a long time, but not so long that I can't remember my being hired in the summer of 1976 by then Dean Monroe Friedman. I was new to the academic world and had little idea of its expectations for me, so I asked Dean Friedman, what does he expect? And his first response was to be an excellent teacher, but to that he added a second expectation. Just make a difference. Just make a difference in whatever you choose to do. But this measure, making a difference, I later learned was not just Monroe's, although he best articulated it, but it was the guiding principle on which Hofstra Law School was founded by its first dean, Malachi Mann, and a principle that has been followed by all of the successors deans, including me. It's my principle as well. It's my measure for my own efforts and for the efforts of all of those whom I work, and my hope it'll be the guiding principle for you, making a difference. Now, I want to take a couple of minutes, as I do every year, to single out a couple of my colleagues for my special Making a Difference Award for 2015. The first award goes to, sadly posthumously, to Monroe Friedman. Not only did he invent the standard, at least for me, he lived it. Monroe was a towering figure, both literally and figuratively, and his voice resounded through our hallways and impacted generations of Hofstra Law graduates. His extraordinary accomplishments in bringing legal ethics to the forefront and creating a field of study where none previously existed are unparalleled and respected by all in the legal community. He was what you now would call a disruptor. He always helped us to question the status quo and make us think deeply about the complexity of legal representation, particularly for those marginalized by our society. My second award this year goes to Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Professor Ronald Colombo. Professor Colombo is stepping down this year and returning to the faculty as a full-time member. Ron has done a tremendous job in leading us through our reaccreditation process with all of your help, and has also guided our efforts to secure our master's programs in law and health law and policy, while at the same time fulfilling the already too many tasks of an academic dean and also publishing a book. Although we will all gain from his new status as a full-time faculty member, we in the administration will miss his smarts, his steady hand, and his "but wait a minute" efforts to remind us that going too fast is often going way too fast. This year's third and final Making a Difference award goes to our provost, Herman Berliner, who, as you know from President Rabinowitz's comments, is retiring from that job after 25 years in it. Herman is our first ever, and perhaps probably last, non-lawyer to win this award. And although he often reminds me that he is not a lawyer, but as he says, only a humble economist, the world's only humble economist as far as I can tell, but he thinks like a very seasoned lawyer, and that has been very good for Hofstra Law School, for during my tenure as Dean of this law school, Provost Bernliner has counseled me endlessly, patiently, and wisely on how to steer the law school ship through some very stormy seas, for which I and all of us should be very grateful. Oh, we're not done. Now, I want to warn you, and you, what is about to happen. It's a little strange for a graduation, but this is the part of President Rabinowitz's speech where he said, you shouldn't always be somber or overly serious. And for those of you and parents and family who I hope some of you like musicals, I won't sing a whole musical, I promise you, but you'll have to have a little sense of some of the great musicals in American history. And the reason for that is that Herman loves musicals. I mean, you have no idea what that love is like. He spends so much time going to them that it seems like work to me, how often he goes. But then I thought to myself, in discussion with some of my colleagues, others who ran out of the room at the thought of this, but some stayed, that what better way to end a tribute to Herman than a couple of reprises from some of his favorite songs in narrative form, but with a little attempt at singing them. Getting to know you, Herman. I realize that you're the top, and also that you still have magic to do in your new role in the business school. And I have no doubt that you'll gracefully move into the position thinking, I can do that about any new task with a little bit of luck. I know that you'll find your corner in the sky, and tomorrow I'm sure you'll come into work and remind everyone that you are still there as the jazz beat goes. That's it. You've had it. Okay, that was great, and not my singing, I assure you. And on a more serious note, or perhaps I should never use the word in this graduation, note again, since I'm not sure I know what they are. At least more seriously, a number of you have also shown us already that you understand the importance of making a difference through the awards you have won, through the organizations in which you have participated, through the thousands and thousands, literally, of hours you have logged in our pro bono programs, and through pushing yourself, and this is the most important way to make a difference, pushing yourself throughout the law school career to be the best you can in whatever you do. Making a difference has also been the motto of our many alumni who have made differences, big or small, in their communities since our first class graduated in 1973. They are now your colleagues, these alumni. You may have already met them, people you can call on for advice and mentoring, like Judge Manjanette Daniels. Here are just some of those who made a difference this year. John Ferreira was named the managing partner of Morgan Lewis Large Pittsburgh Regional Office. Melba Pearson was appointed president of the National Black Prosecutors Association. Patty Oliva was named among the nation's best law teachers. David R. Jimenez was appointed to the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education. Judge Stephen Bucaria was named the commander of the Army Division of the New York Guard. Evelyn Kalencher was honored with the New York State Bar Association's President's Pro Bono Award. Stephanie Ortoliva was named president of the Women Enabled, an organization that educates and advocates for the human rights of women and girls. David Gardy was named the NFL Senior VP of Football Operations, and Patrick Pascal was named the Executive Director of Free State Legal Project, a Maryland not-for-profit that represents poor LBGT clients. But recognition, this recognition of making a difference, is not really the mark of making a difference. Making the difference itself is what matters, and lawyers like Judge Manzanet Daniels do this every day in America. And they should, both in the practice of law and in their communities. And each of you will have the same opportunities to do the same. Our Constitution is what holds us together as Americans. Poll after poll shows that Americans agree with this truth, but these same polls show that few Americans know anything at all about the Constitution. But you do. You know that liberty is to be protected but not unrestrained. You know about separation of powers and equal protection and federalism and due process and the Supremacy Clause. And you know about the Constitution's great principles of justice and fairness and tolerance and the rule of law. And you know how often, continuously, in our history, these great Enlightenment values have been threatened by those starving for power. And it is your job, as it has been for lawyers throughout our history, to protect these principles of our Constitution. Ours is the only private profession in America that requires its members to swear an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of their state of admission. This oath entails responsibilities. Whatever you do, we are all part of America's legal community, and this makes us, each and every one of us, responsible for this nation's commitment to the rule of law, democracy, freedom, and justice. Fulfilling that responsibility in your community, however small or large it is making a difference. Represent your clients vigorously, vote, push back against civic ignorance, stand for the strong principles that have been our historic strength, like diversity. Talk at local schools and provide someone who can't afford it access to justice. So let me say again what Monroe Friedman said to me 37 years ago: make a difference. And that's my message to you. Make a difference. You can if you want to, and congratulations to you all.
You may sing this if you want.
I'm done for singing right now.
That's good.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present those students of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law at Hofstra University who have satisfied all of the requirements for the degree of Juris Doctor. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, I ask that you confer the degrees upon those candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost, the Dean, and the faculty of the law school, I am delighted to confer upon each of you the degree of Juris Doctor. Congratulations.
We ask now that each of the graduates come to the stage to be introduced by the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, Ron Colombo, to be hooded by Professors Grant Hayden and James Sample, and to be recognized by President Rabinowitz, the chair of the Hofstra University Board of Trustees, Janice Meyer, and by me. And have your hoods at the ready.
Nicholas Pagano. Parvez Shaikh. Alexander Rose. Samuel Cerebriani. Ivory Bishop Jr., cum laude. Landon Days. Michael Binder. Israel Spiegel. Michael Oppenheimer. Jonathan Rubin, cum laude. Michael Billette. Ida Kozix, magna cum laude. Christina Serran. Catherine Moran. Krista Levko. Allison Beach, magna cum laude. Ashley Garino, cum laude. Jeffrey Anand, cum laude. Jessica Feldman. Bianca Vitale. Christina Pingaro, cum laude. Jerry Lago Marcini, cum laude. Jonathan Sobel. Jillian Smith. Goldie Guzman, magna cum laude. Dmitry Kotov, cum laude. Alexander Carrion. Richard In. Anthony Noonan. Marshall Ye. Wayne Cox. Alexander Sendrowitz. Michael Mills. Richard Wolf, magna cum laude. Robert Prisco. Rudolph Migliore. F. David Soed. Jonathan Arner. Stephen Lee. Daniel Suzek. Jonathan Heller. Sandra Kennedy. Megan Elizabeth Kearns. Anna Drapal. John Burns. Lisa Morhillo. Megan O'Leary. Brian Kotkin. Danielle Ontiveros. Stephen Heiligers. Gregory Arroyo. Brian Samala, cum laude. James Farris, cum laude. Thomas McGowan, cum laude. Taylor DiGiuseppe. Amanda Aiello. Halayana Habib. Katerina Oliveira. Alexana Gaspari. Jennifer Patera. Matthew Charles Kelly. Vanessa Ranazizi. Sean Semensky, magna cum laude. Christopher Roberts. Taylor Waits. Jessica Jones. Jacqueline Smith. Jacqueline Waters, magna cum laude. Kristen Fusco, cum laude. Amanda Dominic. Michelle Fischetti. Lauren Bernstein, magna cum laude. Riley Perry. Alexandra Lopes. Amanda Dintrono. Allison Flood, cum laude. Estefana Taranto. Lois Varugas. Maricela Carpio. Kimberly Kaufman. Alex Thomas. Nicholas Angerami. Chang Liu. Thomas Ho.
Hi, Professor.
Christopher Bidolph. Joseph Vuzo. Anthony Matos. Pooja Bhutani. Sarah Heba. Matthew Gates. Sasha Chegini. Michael Bernstein. Jordan Michael Silber. Stephanie Revilla. Lisa Minuto. Mara O'Malley, summa cum laude. Nicole Phillips. Lindsay Elise Mesh. Cheryl Katz. Denny Tang, cum laude. Ryan Eden. Matthew Capabianco. Kyle Strong. Aaron Yu. Jonathan Nobile. Timothy Bang. Solomon Im. Corey Offsey. Robert Valinsky. Nicole Sanfilippo. Tristan Hill. Adam Theo. Love Ahuja. Matthew Berger, cum laude. Meredith Ann Kurtz, cum laude. Alex Gregory Marinello. Igor Nyovzov. Dina Awad, cum laude. Sylvia Stanchu. Jonathan Lindenfeld, cum laude. Christopher Motel. Brittany Olba. Mark Damiano. Christina Plummer.
Hi, Professor.
Alyssa Feliciano. Jerica Morris. Shani Noy. Omar Samuel. Clonic Duranville. Justin Caldwell. Anthony DeAngenis. John Salm. Michael Slade. David Ackerman. Michael Callan. Aaron Spurlock, cum laude. Alexander Volpe, cum laude. Stephen DeSena. Corey Strauss. Ryan Sweeney, magna cum laude. Amanda Sensky, magna cum laude. James Min, magna cum laude.
Glad to see you.
Marie Burkhardt. Sandra Fusco. Perry Schusterman. Christopher Persall. Andrew Sack. Igor Konstankevich. Solomon Labeb. Ari Gatoff. Lisa Russo. Cynthia Tejeda. Samantha Logan. Melissa McLeod. Andrew Loria, magna cum laude. Jamie Larkin. Rita Kramer. Caitlin Fitzmaurice. Devin Palmer. David Goldenberg. Bilal Chaudhry. Jamie Sharp. Eileen Wang. Hua Yang. Maxwell Sloan. Catherine Poulos. Rachel Horowitz, cum laude. William Mastrogiannis. David Lauro. Carolyn Kim, cum laude. Yes. In-young Choi. Jahi Yu.
Hi, Professor.
Sang Yub Lee. Yijun Liu. Vincent Valente. Peter Link. Peter Bike. Rajendra Prasad. Amelia Nicoletti. Alize Kayani. Olayinka Oladunimoye. Latif Bell. Jennifer Nadres, cum laude. Binish Anjum. Caitlin Simmons. Angelica A. Kokosis. Robert Gore, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Musarelli, cum laude. Karen Lenards, cum laude. Seth Nadell. Brittany Uslaner. Andrew Lawrence Dressler. Sonu Sahil. Genesis Miranda. Anam Butt. Hathal Mamtora. Charlie Liu. Nirav Patel. Chelsea Horowitz. Shanti Bodingham. Gina Alvarez. Alana Marie Simpson. Ayana Casimir. Nina Marinaro. Nicole Epstein. Sumit Singh. Kirk Pietraszkiewicz. Jared Davidson. Omar Harding. Sean Hughes. Matthew Perry. Donna Chung. Mark Cotness.
Lucas Kessler.
Radaya Islam. Rada Islam. Jenna Michelle Davis. Jennifer Ante. Teresa Yanni. Kelsey Walker. Sean Wattrow. Eileen Iorio. Marnie Wiener. Judah Schwartz. Joseph Aaron. Andrew Garbaz. Salim Katash. Jared Luzown. Jasmine Aurora. Kieran Canwa. Lila El Shakarawi. Nicole Johnny. Elena Hatsis. Vlad Lishalenko. Amanda Nobile. Leanna Duncan. Patricia Dalmazio. Kristen Kramer. Hariza Bagheri. Farhana Nawin. Gael Ligonde. Emily Lovejoy. Catherine Venturino. Chelsea Plashansky, summa cum laude. Rachel Summer, magna cum laude. Adi Katz. Benjamin Breyer. Kevin Scully. Luke Green. Jonathan DiPasquale. Lisa Andrena Gomez. Gina Kim. Adam Del Vecchio. Victoria Stabolo. Julia Elmala Sachs, cum laude. Dana Goldstein. Joshua Albin. Joanna Casillas. Lindbergh Mung. Candy Green. Yue Ji. Chijun Lu. Thank you. How are you? Melissa Gobin. Ryan Bisimbak. Blair Hill. Thank you. Susanna LaRuccia. Cassandra Branch. Benjamin Gerson. Adam Kreller, summa cum laude. Andres Sanchez. Damore Ramwa. Newton Devaraja. Caitlin Esposito. Courtney Clapper. Aaron Zucker, cum laude. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree of Masters of Laws please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present those students of the Maurice A. Deane School of Law at Hofstra University who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree of Masters of Law. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, I ask that you confer the degree upon these candidates.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the regents of the state of New York, and upon the recommendation of the provost, your dean, and the faculty of the School of Law, I'm delighted and honored to confer upon you the degree Master of Laws. Congratulations.
We ask that each of the graduates come to the stage to be introduced by Professor Miriam Albert and to be recognized by Professor Rabinowitz, President Rabinowitz, Trustee Janice Meyer, and me.
Second? Okay. So keep them, put them back. Okay, so the first one will be on the bottom. Got it. Hello. Mohammed Alphabet. Mohammed Al-Zaben. Mohammed Saeed Al-Shahari. Kadeen Firan Jones. Anthony Shiverton. Amal Al-Harbi. Elsaveta Colucci. Nora Al-Jarala. Aseta Nidaya. Mahbub Munzar. Hamad Al-Shkmoum. Amru Belkasmi. Congratulations.
One more round of applause for every graduate tonight.
Each year, the faculty of the law school recognizes the special achievement of members of the graduating class by conferring upon them a number of awards and honors. This year's recipients were recognized in today's award ceremony, and we will not announce all of them again during this ceremony. However, we do wish to again recognize several members of the class of 2015, and it is my pleasure to first recognize the recipient of a very special honor at Hofstra Law School. The Maurice A. Deane Award is conferred each year upon the graduate who has achieved the highest academic average in his or her graduating class. The award was established some years ago by classmates and friends of Maurice A. Deane, a distinguished alumnus who graduated first in his class of 1981, who served as the chairman of the board and is now chairman emeritus of the Board of Trustees of Hofstra University, and as some of you should guess by now, is the donor for whose name we have whose name the law school bears, Maurice A. Deane. It is my pleasure to announce the recipient of the Maurice A. Deane Award for the highest academic average in the class of 2015, Chelsea Plashansky. I will please stand and be recognized wherever you are. Where is Chelsea? And now I ask Professor Joanna Grossman to come forward to recognize several other members of the class of 2015.
So I have the privilege of announcing 4 very special awards. These winners were selected at a faculty meeting. I won't give away state secrets by telling you it's the only one we all enjoy, right? They're selected by a faculty vote after full discussion of the special accomplishments of a number of graduating students. And the first of these is the Distinguished Service to the Law School Award, which is awarded to a graduating student who has, in a variety of academic and non-academic undertakings, contributed to the progress and welfare of the law school. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award is Courtney Clapper. Courtney, please stand to be recognized. The second award is the Gina Maria Escarce Memorial Award, which is awarded to a graduating student who, in the opinion of the faculty, has contributed the most to his classmates' learning and understanding of difficult legal concepts through questions in class and participation in class discussions. This award is shared by James Meehan and Jacqueline Smith. Please both stand to be recognized. The third award is the William Eric Goldberg Scholarship, which is awarded to the graduating student who, in the opinion of the faculty, has provided significant support and leadership in improving the quality of life and the educational experience for others. This year's award is shared by Allison Flood and Jacqueline Waters. Please stand. And finally, the Outstanding Law Student Award is awarded to the graduating student who, in his years at the law school, has shown a combination of those qualities and abilities which are the ideals of the legal profession. The winner of the Outstanding Law Student Award is Sean Semensky. Sean, please stand. Congratulations to all of you.
Wow, you seem to like each other. Usually the #1 person in the class doesn't get a hand. That was Very impressive. We have one last thing to do before we end this ceremony, and that is I would like to ask the graduates and the platform party to stand. So the focus of the evening has been on you, as it should be. You are a spectacular class. We're going to be incredibly proud of your achievements. But we all know, as Maya Angelou once said, that no one makes it out there all alone. And we know you didn't come to this day without help. So the platform party and I would like to join the graduates in turning around, picking out your friends and family, and giving them a big hand for helping you out.
This concludes the formal program. If I can ask the audience to please stand in place until the academic procession has left the arena. And congratulations.